guys, it's Simplicity and welcome back to part 2 of the unnamed Build With Me video right now. Still haven't came up with it, but by the time these videos are up, I will have a name. So we are going to go ahead and start on the exterior of the house. So the roofing isn't my favorite thing still, but we're going to go ahead and roll with it. I am going to go ahead and use this custom content siding by Alexandra78 on the Sims resource called the Enola wall. I will try and link it down below if I can find it. This is my all-time favorite siding because you can control the colors and have it where it's like white on the outside. I was going to try and go without using custom content for this, and I'm still going to do my best not to use custom content or any store content, but for the sake of the exterior of the house, I really don't have much of a choice because I can't use I could use the in-game siding, but it's not my favorite. So we're just kind of hanging out waiting for the glitter style to load up properly. But yeah, it's not my favorite when trying to use like in-game. I really like the way that this looks, and I'm currently thinking of going with like a light yellowy beige sort of color for the house. I don't know why, that's just what I'm feeling, is like a light yellowy beige. Kind of like this, but like a bit more brown tone. But okay, so I will have this hex code down in the description. It's B5A88C. But I will have, again, it'll be linked down in the description, because that is the one thing about these videos, is that I will have like every piece of custom content and all of my hex codes down in the description. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this part in here with the middle siding. It's a lot easier to do siding, I will say this, if you don't have the garage door already in. But I put the garage door in the last part to show you guys what it was like, how you knew if you did the constrained floor elevation false part properly. Now, if you are currently following along with this video right after I posted the last one, like if you guys are like a little bit behind on the series, which is perfectly okay with you all, go ahead and turn off constrained floor elevation. So you're going to go ahead and go into your Control-Shift-C and go into constrained floor elevation true. And then I'm just going to go ahead and follow this up, just like that, so that it nicely matches up here. And then we're just going to go ahead and do the same with all the siding, and there we go. So that is what your garage is going to look like. It's just like this. It's just some really pretty siding. So I'm going to go ahead and take the eyedropper tool and follow myself around. So I'm going to go ahead and place the edges of the siding on the outside of the building. Now, there's going to be some spots that I don't do siding, but for the most part, I am going to have a fair bit of siding. So just as you guys can see, I did just skip a little pop out here, just because I didn't want to put any siding there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and continue around here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some siding right here. I'm going to ignore a little pop out again and then put some siding on this little edge here. And then maybe I'll actually put some on this edge of the pop out. That might change, so don't be surprised if it does. And then we'll hop into the little front porch area and put some siding here. And then we'll continue along the side of the garage. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the right side of the siding, and we're just going to go around and do the same thing, putting it on the opposite ends that we put the left siding on. So you guys will see that I'll just go around and just kind of place it. So on the sides of your garage, you are going to have like a little bit of a dip down where it's going to look a little bit funny, but that's why I put it on the sides of the house and not the front of the house. So yeah, that's kind of my little tip and trick there. But we're just going to go ahead and continue around with the siding, just kind of matching it up. That siding here might change. This little one that I just put down in the corner, that could change. I haven't fully decided what I want to do with the pop-out. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and take the middle siding here and just go ahead and fill in the middle parts that I just did. So like for the garage here, we'll go ahead and fill that in just like this. And there we go. So that part is nice and filled in. I just realized I didn't place a right side on here, so I'm just going to drag this across. Actually, I'm going to do that on purpose, instead of putting a right side there. I'm going to do that on purpose, I think. Maybe I'll test this out. Okay. But I'm going to go back into the center piece here, and we're going to come along this side of the house, and we're just going to go ahead and put this all right here. So we're just going to go ahead and drag this across. If I can. My mouse is being a little bit like dodgy today. But just drag this nice and across just like this. There we go. And then we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing where we have the brick and the wall portions here. So it's nice and matches up, and there we go. So then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing back here. Just filling in this little spot that we did right here. Now you guys are allowed to change up the colors however you wish, or use whatever you want on your houses. I just gonna do it this way because it's what I think is gonna look nice, but that doesn't mean that you have to follow through with it. I'm gonna skip over this little pop out, and we're just gonna come over here and fill the roof in first so I don't forget to, and then we'll just fill this spot in just like that. There we go. And then we can go ahead and fill up the rest of the side right here, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and do the same for this little spot right here. There we go. So that should be it for the siding. The rest of it is currently a concrete wall, but I am going to make up for that, I promise. We are going to add a little bit more detail than just some siding. I'm going to go ahead and fix that roof. There we go. Okay. Which I don't think I did the roof on the side either, did I? No, I didn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the roof. Now, it can be a little bit more difficult to fill in the roofs, but it does add just a little bit of, like, cohesiveness to it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and hop into the paint section, which isn't something I use a whole lot, but for this case I'm going to. And we're going to take the whatever this wall is that came with the base game, just the yellowy one. And I'm just going to fill that in on this little pop-out section right here. And then we're going to go ahead and hop into Creative Style again. And instead of it actually being a paint, we're going to go into Rock and Stone. So I'm probably going to end up using a custom one here because this is one of my favorite stones ever. I don't know why, I really like that stone and how it looks, but I might see if I have a base game one, but I'm really liking the way that this one looks. I'll see if I can find the pattern and link it, but if not, I'll just see if I can find something similar, because I have most of my patterns are linked on my CC finds if you guys want to check that out down below. If you go onto like my navigation page, I've got most of my patterns like really blogged on there. Or you can find them on Girl Meets Pixels CC finds. I get a lot of my stuff, like my patterns, from her because her patterns are the cutest things ever. If you guys can hear that sound, I'm sorry, my house is trying to heat itself up. But okay, so there we go. So now we're just going to go ahead and continue the stone, just nice and around here. I am going to fill in this part here. And we're just going to drag the stone just nicely across here so that it's nice and not half siding, half stone. And I'm going to take the stone across the bottom of the porch as well. And then I know we put siding here, but I'm actually going to go ahead and replace that with some stone because I think that's going to be nicer. And I'm going to do the same for this little pop out behind it. It's going to be all stone as well. So I'm going to have to go ahead and fix a roof up here and add some stone into it instead. There we go. Very nice. And then we'll go ahead and continue on this side of the pop-out. I'm going to start with the foundation just to get rid of the brick, and then just keep on dragging this across. But if you guys actually want to use like an actual brick, you can. I just really like the appearance of stone. And then I'll drag this across the roof for here as well. But as you guys can see, like, it's not the easiest thing to do. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to use the stone on the little pop out at the back as well. So we're just going to drag this across just like this. And just fill this nicely in with some stone. Because I do really like how it looks. And I feel like the colors of the stone complements the color of the siding really well. And I don't know, I really like using stone in my houses. And then I'll go ahead and do this side over here. And there we go. So now we've got the house nice and covered. And that's all I'm going to do for stone is just like the little pop-outs. Because I do want there to be a bit more siding because I like having just that little bit of a pop of the stone. So that's what that looks like at the front as of right now. Now, we do obviously need to add in some doors and windows and stairs. But I don't really know where I want to go from here. Maybe we'll go into windows. Because windows can make a house come to life. And I do think that it's going to be a good idea to go ahead and start on the windows. Because it's better to have the windows down before you start to decorate. So I'm going to take the ones from University. The warm winter window by Optimal Construction. I use these in every single one of my builds. So I just went ahead and used the base white color. And I put 3 across right here at the front. That's it. Just nice and 3. And then I'm going to add, actually, I don't know. I think I might put 1 up here at the front. Like at the porch kind of thing. And then, so I am planning my windows out as I go along. And then for this little room over here, I'm going to put 2 right in the middle. Because that nice and evens it out. And then for over here, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 right here. And I'm going to leave a 2 square between them. Okay. And then back here, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 here as well. Because I'm going to put a back door there. So we're going to leave a space. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 windows right here. So I am going to add a little bit more porch. I'm going to place down a window right here, I think. I might end up changing this for the custom content one, but we'll see. And then in this room over here, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 windows back here, just to add in a lot of light. And then we'll put 1 along the side, 2 along the side. It's going to look better if we do 2 though. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 windows there instead. So there's a total of 5 windows in that room, which is a lot of lighting. But I really like the looks of it. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the little circular window, and we're just going to throw a couple of these. Actually, no. I'll use this one, the little square windows. I think this came with ambitions. And just throw it along this little side here. Because that's kind of like, it's a little privacy window. I don't actually know the actual name of it. But it's a cute little like privacy window. And I think that's actually not too bad. I'm not loving the one window back here, but I am going to go ahead and actually add in the porch back here just before I forget. So we're going to go ahead and just drag this. It's going to be a 2x6. Just like that. So there we go. So now we have a nice little porch at the back that people can get into the backyard without having to go out through the front door. I am going to add in just that little sliding door from the base game. If I can find it. I do also really like using the supernatural doors for outside doors, but I do really want to just go ahead and use the sliding door from the base game because it's something that I know everybody has, and it's actually like a really nice door. This one right here. The surplus sliding door from the base game. So I'm going to go ahead and just make it white. And then just add that nice and right here. Because then we have the sliding doors. And there we go. So that's what it's going to look like from the inside. So it's going to be 2 windows and then the sliding doors. Now it does look a little bit strange because the windows are smaller. But it does end up bringing in a lot more light. And then for the actual front door, I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry you guys. For the front door, I'm probably going to end up using the University one. That's like the two-tone flame. Because it's one of my favorite doors. I love all of the build stuff from University. Probably this one. The Pristine Pastures door by Standard Issue. This is one of my favorite doors. So it's just going to go right here in the little entryway. But I do want to change up the colors of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the little minus thing here to collapse the identical patterns, just so that they are changing that on both parts. Okay. Now I don't know entirely what color I want to do the door. But I do plan on leaving the actual door frame white, just because it goes cohesively with the windows. But for the actual door, I'm kind of thinking of red, which is not entirely in my comfort zone. Obviously, I'm not going to do like cherry red, but I want to just see how the red looks with the colors of, ooh, blue's nice. But again, we will have, like, I'm going to list all the hex codes down below, so you guys will know what I use, but I think I actually really like the blue. I'm going to go with the blue for right now. We're going to have a blue front door just for right now, and if I decide that I don't like it, then I'll go ahead and change it. But I am noticing that I need to add a window here at the front, so I'm just going to take another little one of those privacy windows. And maybe I'm not going to take a privacy window, because it doesn't fit all that well. So I'm going to actually take the University windows that we used, because it's not a bathroom, so it works. So we'll just go ahead and add in a window just right there, because it does look like it's like very bare and empty. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the stairs. So I typically use these ones here, the brown ones from the base game. But I'm kind of thinking of using the Justice stair. Let me see. Now I'm going to go with the ones that I normally use, the brown ones from the base game. And we're going to go ahead and change the color of them. So again, I'm going to go ahead and hit that little... Okay, so I figured out a stair color. I will have it linked in the description because I don't remember exactly how I got here. It took me a while. So there's that. But we're going to go ahead and add in some fencing for just blocking off the porch so that nobody can like fall off. So there's two different ways that I'm thinking about going about this. So I could use the ones from University that have like the stand-up thing to hold up the roof. Or I might just go with a nice simple one. I'm going to use this one here from the base game that matches up with the stairs. And we're just going to go ahead and drag the color of the stairs here over to the fencing. But as you guys can see, like, it matches up with the railing of these stairs very nicely. And I do think I actually picked quite a nice color for the stairs, because it's not like bright and white, but it's not like too dark either. And it's actually a color I've never used, but I do really like it. Okay, so there we go. So we've got this all sectioned off nicely, just like that. I'm going to actually go ahead and take the eyedropper tool onto the gate, and I'm going to drag the gate right across here. And then we're going to have the stairs pop out at the side, so I'm going to grab the eyedropper tool and grab the stairs again. And we're just going to put the stairs right here on the side. Just like that. And then I think I'm actually going to put the siding just like that. But okay, so I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I feel like that's enough for this part. It's been almost 20 minutes, so I think we've done pretty well. We've got pretty much the outside of the house done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this pilot. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can subscribe. And if you're already subscribed and want notifications when I post, you can go ahead and hit that bell down below. And I will see you guys all in my very next video. Okay, bye guys!